Good afternoon, Shabir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So, as you know, today is your oral.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you prepared for it? आपको
Yes,
पता नहीं
ma'am.
था?
No, ma'am. नहीं पता था, ma'am.
तैयार किया है ना एग्जाम?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so come to the chapter number 8 of your English supplementary book.
Chapter
How?
number 8, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Start reading it.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 2 minutes. Bas chapter खोलना है. Yes, ma'am. My first year at high school felt awkward. After leaving junior high, at the head of my class with all the seniority the upper grade level could afford me, it felt strange starting over as a freshman. The school was twice as big as my old school, and to make matters worse, my closest friends were sent to a different high school. I felt very isolated. I missed my old teachers so much that I would go back and visit them. They would encourage me to get involved in school activities so that I could meet new people. They told me that in time I would adjust and probably end up loving my new school more than I had my old one. They made me promise that when that happened, I would still come by and visit them from time to time. I understand that physiology is what they were saying, but I took some comfort in it nonetheless. One Sunday afternoon, not long after I had started high school, I was
Shabir,
sitting.
stop. Harsh.
Yes, ma'am.
Harsh. Harsh, can you hear me? In which class do you study in? किस क्लास में हो? Harsh. 10th or 6th? Beta, this is 9th class. You are joining in wrong meeting. Okay. Shabir, now continue.
Yes, ma'am. Not long after I had started high school, I was sitting at home at a dining room table doing homework. It was a cold and windy fall day, and we had fire homework
सबका
to
गया है दोनों का
Harsh, what is happening? किस क्लास के हो? Harsh,
यस मैम फोर्थ क्लास फोर्थ
बेटा दिस इज नॉट 4th क्लास. इसके पहले 4th क्लास चल चुकी है 12 बजे से. हाँ, ये आप गलत मीटिंग में ज्वाइन हो रहे हो. इसमें आप कल अब ज्वाइन होना, ठीक है, अपने टाइम पर, अभी नहीं. Chalo, bye. You can remove
Yes, ma'am.
now. Start.
It was a cold and windy fall day, and we had a fire going on our fireplace. As usual, my red tabby cat was lying on top of my papers, purring loudly and occasionally sweating at my pen for entertainment's sake. She was never far from me. I had rescued her when she was a kitten, and somehow she knew that I was the one responsible for giving her the good life. My mother kept stoking the fire to keep the house nice and warm. Suddenly, I smelled something strange, and then I noticed it smoke pouring in through the seams of the chimney, chilling. The smoke began to fill the room so quickly that we couldn't barely see. Groping our way to the front door, we all ran out into the front yard. By the time we made our way outside, the whole roof was engulfed in flames and it was spreading quickly. I went to the neighbors to call the fire department while I watched my mother running back into the house. My mother then ran out of the house carrying a small metal box full of important documents. She dropped the case on the lawn and in a crazed state ran back into the house. I knew what she was after. My father had died when I was young, and I was certain that she was not going to let his pictures and letters go up in flames. They were the only things that she had to remember him by. Still, I screamed at her, "Mom, no." I was about to run after her when I felt a large hand hold me back. It was a fireman. I hadn't even noticed that the street had already filled with fire trucks. I was trying to free myself from his grasp, yelling, "You didn't understand, my mother is there." He held on to me while other firefighters ran into the house. He knew that I wasn't acting very locally and that if he was to let go, I didn't run. He was right. "It's all right. They will get her," he said. He wrapped a blanket around me and sat me down in our car. Soon after that, a fireman emerged from our house with my mom in tow. He quickly took her over to the truck and put an oxygen mask on her. I ran over and hugged her. All those times I ever argued with her and hated her business at the thought of losing her. "She's going to be okay," said the fireman. She just inhaled a little smoke, and then he ran back to fight the fire. While my mother and I sat there dazed, I remember watching my house burning down and thinking that there was nothing I could do about it. 5 hours later, the fire was finally out. Our house was almost completely burned down, but then it struck me. I haven't seen my cat. There was my cat, much to my honor. I realized that she was now here to be found. Then, all at once, it hit me: the new school, the fire, my cat. I broke down in tears and cried and cried. I was suffering loss big time. The fireman wouldn't let us go back into the house that night. It was still too dangerous, dead or alive. I couldn't imagine living without knowing about my cat. Regardless, I had to go. We peeled into the car with just the clothes on our backs and few of the fireman's blankets and made our way to my grandparents' house to sleep. the night. The next day morning, I went to school. When the fire broke out, I was still wearing the dress I had worn to church the morning, but I had no shoes. I had need them off when I was doing my homework. They become yelled another curiosity of the fire, so I had to borrow some tennis shoes from my aunt. Why couldn't I just stay home from school? My mother wouldn't hear of it, but I was totally embarrassed by everything. The clothes I was wearing looked varied, and and I had no books or homeworks, and my backpack was gone. I had my life in the backpack. The more I tried to fit in, the worse it got. Was I destined to be an outcast and a geek all my life? That's what it felt like. I didn't want to grow up, change, or have to handle life if it was going to be this way. I just wanted to curl up and die. I walked around
Okay,
school. Yes, ma'am.
you can stop. Very good. So let's start reading the dictation. Take your pen and copy and start writing. And remember that you have to send your dictation of your group, है ना, जो आपका ग्रुप है होम वो व्हाट्सएप वाला, उस पर सेंड कर दीजिएगा ये डिक्टेशन, वहीं पे आपको मार्किंग दे दी जाएगी.
Yes, ma'am.
चलो. Then there was no looking back.
Ma'am.
No looking back.
Back.
For this determined young girl. Full stop.
Yes, ma'am.
She saved money and she saved money and enrolled in a
In a
course at Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute
Uttarkashi Nehru
हाँ Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. Full stop.
मैम इंस्टीट्यूट की बात क्या बोली?
Institute of Mountaineering. Full stop.
Yes, ma'am.
My college semester. Full stop के बाद है in quotation. My college semester
Semester
in Jaipur was to end in April.
April.
But it ended on the 19th of May.
of
Full stop.
May.
Full stop. Next.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was,
Ma'am.
full stop के बाद, and I was supposed to be
in
Uttarkashi on the 21st. Full stop. Uttarkashi on the 21st. Full stop.
Yes, ma'am.
So I did not go back home. So I did not go back home.
Home.
Instead, I headed straight for the training.
I headed.
Straight for the training. Full stop. After full
Training.
stop, yes, after full stop, I had to write a letter. I had to write a letter of apology to my father. Apology to my father.
Father.
Without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarkashi. Full stop.
Enrolled
At Uttarkashi. So that's
Kashi.
it. And you have to, yes, you have to send it on WhatsApp. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, next. Yes. So in the last class, I've explained the poem on killing a tree. So you have to give the reference, especially of this poem on killing a tree. Tell me the reference of this poem.
बुक नहीं है मैम, इसलिए रेफरेंस.
क्या नहीं है? बुक नहीं है.
यस मैम.
कॉपी में भी नहीं किया है आपने?
नहीं मैम.
तो बेटा बुक नहीं है तो किससे पढ़ रहे थे अभी आप?
अभी मैम वो फोटो से पीडीएफ.
लास्ट क्लास क्यों नहीं की थी आपने? लास्ट क्लास में पूरा एक्सप्लेन कराया था इस पोएम को. चलिए, tell me the meaning of the word sink in. Sink in का मीनिंग बताओ. नहीं पता?
मैम किसका मैम?
Beta, I've asked you that. Tell me the meaning of sink in. SINKIN. Sink in. Sink in का मीनिंग बताइए. आपके बुक में से ही पूछा है, जो आपको बताया था इम्पोर्टेंट. चलो नेक्स्ट बताओ. वर्ड the last thing.
Yes मैम. The last thing का meaning.
The last thing. Yes.
मैम आखिरी चीज. Last
What?
thing you have. मैम मीनिंग पूछिए इसकी.
Yes. The last thing.
मैम
Don't
जो
know.
आखिरी सामान.
Next is, beta, you have to tell in English only. Headed straight for. If you don't know the meaning, say no. Okay? Headed straight for. Don't know? पता है ना? Shabir, I'm asking you something. Unmute your mic and answer this question. Why was the holy man who gave Santosh's mother his blessings surprised? Okay.